Jews get treated differently to anybody else when it comes to this kind of thing. Because if that had been, honestly,
Correct.
white supremacists treating black students like that, they would be out the country in 10 minutes.
Here is a British citizen, Piers Morgan, and he was on, as I mentioned, he was on Real Time with Bill Maher on Friday night, and they got into it about some of the deportations that Trump has been doing, and I think Piers, chef kiss, nailed it.
I'm okay with that.
All right, what if I was a young student at Columbia, they're on a green card, British, come in, happy to be here, do all my paperwork, get to Columbia, and I start leading a group which is a bunch of white supremacists, and we start terrorizing black students in the way that they were terrorizing Jewish students. Well, hang on. In that circumstance, would we all be as comfortable with this, or is it the reality which was exposed by the mobs at Columbia, which is that for some reason Jews get treated differently to anybody else when it comes to this kind of thing? Because if that had been, honestly,
Correct.
white supremacists treating black students like that, they would be out the country in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes.
That is completely true.
What about if he had said all this at his green card interview? Would he have got a green card? No. No. If he said, I support a prescribed terror group in the United States, you're not coming in on a green card. All Marco Rubio is doing, it seems to me, is taking it back to that scenario and saying, well, if you'd been honest then, and by the way, he was dishonest on his green card application about other stuff, which is another part of the equation, which might in itself disqualify him from staying in the country. But the idea that he would have said, I support Hamas, I support a global intifada, I support the destruction of Western civilization, now give me a green card to come and live in America.
All right, I have to end it there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Piers, and we all know it. And yeah, and that's why these people were bright enough to make it about Jews first. They'll come for the white people next. But Trump's finally doing something about it, right? You know it. You know it. Imagine a British, just lay it out one more time real quick. British student shows up, white British student shows up to Columbia, starts getting a whole bunch of white kids to make sure that black kids can't get on campus, or the litany of other things they were doing, or taking over buildings. They would be out on their ass, and these people would all be for cheering for it. I'm for it, regardless of the skin color, regardless of the religion or the ethnicity. If you use your free speech to stop someone's freedom of movement, or stop their speech, or take over a building, or literally they held a janitor hostage, a Hispanic janitor hostage at Columbia, that's what this is about. So the point, I think, of everything on the show today, and it was big, this might be our longest show ever. The point of all of this is, it is a time right now to think about things a little bit differently. Bill Maher's thinking about things a little bit differently. There's people who are thinking the old way, right? Like Bernie and the AOCs and lefties, they're thinking about everything in the old way. We'll burn it down if we can't have exactly what we want. They'll lie about everything. They'll get everything wrong. And then there's a bunch of people thinking about things in a new way. Oh, we can have trade deals that actually make sense. We can have a border that works. We can have law and order. We can actually protect our minorities when people are infringing on their rights, et cetera, et cetera.